Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Leftover Makeover, where this week we're going to show you how to use up one of the most ingredients left over ever on the whole world probably. That's right, leftover rice. And we're making these delicious burger patties out of it. Without further ado, let's start with the start of the show, the leftover rice. Here it is. We're going to oil it up with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then going to continue with our ingredients. Those are one finely chopped onion. In this case it's a red onion, but you can use yellow onion as well. Then in goes half a finely shredded beetroot. That's mainly for color. Looks a little bit odd here, but yeah, that's beetroot. And next we're having some, whoops, dropped the spoon there. Next we're going in with some cooked lentils. In this case they are yellow, but I would even recommend brown ones because they are a little bit heartier in taste. But we only had red ones, so yeah, I just used those. Then 2 cloves of finely minced garlic. In it goes. And a very important ingredient to bind it together, a can of kidney beans. Without the priming liquid though. I discarded that. Now for a little bit of acidity, in goes about 1 or 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar and 1 tablespoon of the sugar of your choice. I'm using fancy molasses here because it gives a nice deep complex brown color, but you can use normal regular sugar, brown sugar, whatever you have, even honey if you like. And for the umami, in goes about 2 tablespoons this time of soy sauce, dark brown, and also for the salt, so we're not going to salt any much more. Now some smoked salt, that is in our case, so any smoky substance you have at home is good. A little bit of smoked paprika, that's about 2 teaspoons, and about 2 or 1.5 tablespoons of tomato paste. Now mix it up with a fork until it's all nice and combined and there are no white rice grains left. Once combined, we can start mashing it up. We need to break up those kidney beans in order to make it sticky enough to hold together. If you're not preparing the vegan version, as we are here, you can of course add eggs or even mix in a little bit of ground pork or ground beef, you can leave the kidney beans out probably in this case, but we're using kidney beans as our binding agent here. So mashing it up until it's nice and homogeneous and almost no whole kidney beans remain. And you end up with this relatively moist paste, which we are going to dry up a little bit using some oats. This should be around 2 tablespoons worth, and some breadcrumbs. That's a little bit more, but you may have to adjust according to your consistency. So we're aiming for a consistency like that, which holds its shape well on its own, and when forming does not fall apart easily. And now on to forming our balls. And whenever working with any kind of sticky substance like meatballs for example, always remember the golden rule: damp hands make smooth balls. Always moisten your hands beforehand, before each and every forming step, and they won't stick to anything. So we should aim for about 1 centimeter thick patties, like I'm doing here, and watch out to not stack them too high because they might stick to each other. So spread them out nicely on a plate, as you see here. As always, oil up our pan with about 2 tablespoons of oil of your choice, and just drop the bad boys in there once the pan is nice and hot. We are going with 4 at a time in order to not overcrowd the pan. If you're using meat, this is especially important because otherwise the moisture from your meat will run out of the patties and more or less cook your patties instead of frying them. And always be brave enough to adjust. In my case, I saw, okay, they're getting a little bit too dark too quickly on the bottom side, so I lowered the heat down to medium and went for a bit more patient approach and fried them for a little bit longer at a low temperature, which gave me in turn a way better and more even color distribution, and an overall great end result, as you can see here. Sorry for the bad image quality. Alright guys, and that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know if you have any further suggestions in the comments below. And of course, as always, like, share and subscribe. And let me know how you liked the new microphone on the table. I know it's like maybe a little bit in the way, but I hope it improves the sound quality for the intro and outro. Have a good one!